Hey guys, welcome back to Asagao Academy. We are back. So many of you wanted to see more of this, so I decided why not? Let's do more. I came up with a plan and here's the digs real quick. What I'm gonna do is pick a boy that I want to date and we'll go through that route as best we can if I can do it. I'm not very good at dating. You guys know this, right? And then if I'm successful and I like it, let's do the rest of them on streams and then we can pick the order we do the rest of them if you guys want. I felt that was pretty good. Satch, my brother, how are you doing today? Oh my gosh, we've just finished talking to Satch in the library. Man, that couldn't have gotten better. Not only was Satch impossibly kind, but being around him felt easy, refreshing. Like being doused in the midst of a waterfall. Oh gosh, what was I thinking? My cheeks hot, I left the library, two surprisingly heavy books under one arm. I settled into bed, eager to get started with my new reading material, but Maya was sitting at her desk, carving a pencil idly into the pages of a notebook. Every few minutes she released a long drawn-out sigh as the lead of her pencil whined against the paper. Girl, what's the matter? I lowered my book and took the bait. Is something wrong, Mai? She let out another dreary sigh. Girl, what's the problem? Tell me all about it. I will try to help. I hope Jared notices me this year. Does Jared know you like him? Mai whirled around in feigned shock.
What?
What? I don't like Jared. Oh. I closed my book and set it aside, deciding to play along. Well, have you at least tried talking to him? No! I mean, I have before. Why don't you try again? Yeah, why don't you? She bobbed her head from side to side, considering this like it never crossed her mind before. Oh, please, I have been there. We have all been there. Yeah, maybe I could do that. Satisfied, I picked my book back up. Have you ever had a boyfriend, Hannah? Whoa, personal! I will have you know that I have had many fake internet crushes, and that counts.
What?
Huh? Me? No, never. Aw, we're just shy is all. That's all, it's not a big deal. Never. It's not a big deal if you've never had a boyfriend or girlfriend yet. Please, that stuff is coming, don't worry about it. I bet you 10,000 yen that you meet a totally cute boy here and fall in love by the end of the school year. Isn't that like $100? Girl, I don't got that kind of cash. With my track record, I will be losing it. You're crazy. I buried my face back in my book, barring Mai from any further discussion. Girl, please. Fall in love by the end of the year? Me? If I were a betting kind of girl, I'd take that bet. Well, why not? I awoke the next morning with what felt like a lizard in my throat. Ew. Mai was already up, shuffling through her school bag with an enigmatic grin. The first day of school.
Hannah!
Hannah, you're finally awake. Her voice sliced through the air like a knife, and I winced. She was definitely a morning person. Oh, we can't be friends. Nope. No. It's time for the first day of school. Aren't you excited? I can't wait to see what's going to happen. For all of you saying that Mai was like me, this proves that she is not. Because I'm like barely functional before 11. What do you mean? Is something special happening today? Yeah, other than the first day of school, which is pretty special. Something strange always happens on the first day of school, especially to someone like you. Wait, what does that mean? What are you going to do? Please do not, like, prank me in front of people. I will punch you in the face. Please.
What?
Someone like me?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean. She smiled and started messing with a pile of papers on her desk. Shaking my head, I got out of bed and pulled my uniform out of my closet. My palms sweat as I held the gold vest and blue jacket. Girl, you're going to be just fine. Was it really possible for things to be different here than they were at home? Of course. What if the problem wasn't actually the school? Oh God, here we go. Don't start thinking about that. You'll get yourself all riled up. I shook the thoughts out of my head and changed into my uniform. Oh! What is it? You look so cute! What? Girl, please, do not stare at my ass. It is a little awkward.
Really?
Really? He crept up my neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely. Your hair matches your uniform so well. You look like a flower blooming straight out of the ground. Ah, my sweet. Too bad she's gonna pull down my pants later or something, according to her. Thank you. Water stung the back of my eyes and I turned to start packing my backpack. Why was I getting worked up about something as little as this? I must have gotten less sleep than I thought. Is something wrong? No, nothing's wrong. I'm just happy. How dumb was that? I started crying at the first sign of someone being nice to me. Oh, girl, we've all been there. Don't worry about it. I took a deep breath to steady my nerves. What an oddly menacing... Okay, now that face kind of looks a little bit like me. She also has the same birthmark that I have, so, Illicete, were you stalking me? It's okay. Thud. All the air left my lungs as something like horse hooves slammed against my back. Ugh. You'll do just fine. Don't worry. This is going to be awesome. I stiffly peered over my shoulder. That was you?
What?
What? Mai stood behind me, her hand raised. Somehow, she had the strength of a bodybuilder. Nothing. Girl, goodness me. I was about to zip my bag up when I spotted the book Satch gave me lying on my nightstand. The Princess Betrothed. He said that if I ever needed to be transported somewhere far away, I could take it with me. It was pretty good so far. Maybe it would be smart to bring it along, just in case I had no one to talk to between class periods. Would I need it for my first day of class? Uh-oh. Well, here we go. Things I'm not good at. Well, how are we gonna talk to people if we have the book with us? Maybe this will force us to talk to people? Girl, it's the first day. Isn't there always a lot of stuff to do in the first day? Oh god, I hope this is right. No, today would be a great day. I couldn't give up before I even started. That's a spirit, girl. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Heh, stick with me and you'll be fine. Man, I love this pink house. I want to live here. Mai opened the door and together we stepped into the hallway, merging into a steady flow of chittering girls and fruit-flavored perfume. Oh, there's that girl again. Oh my, I did not know we lived on the same floor. No way, really? That's so awesome. Now we'll be able to catch up. Whatever happened between you and... Oh girl, you getting nosy already? The river of girls shifted as we headed down the stairs. Suddenly I found myself surrounded by a bunch of people I didn't know.
What a jerk.
Oh wow, what a jerk he turned out to be. Mai's exclamations faded into the buzz of voices in the air. Oh no. What would I do if we got separated? Anxiously, I searched the crowd of girls for Mai, but I couldn't find her. Everyone was dressed in the same Asagao uniform. It was difficult to tell everybody apart, and being so short really didn't help the situation. As we turned the last corner down the stairwell, I saw a flash of red hair a little ways in front of me. Mai? I reached between two girls and tapped her on the shoulder. Oh, that's not her. Uh-oh, I'm sorry. Oh, who are you? Oh my god, Guro-san, is that you? She looks a little bit like you. The girl's eyes flashed, almost like a jolt of electricity shot through them. I'm sorry, I thought you were someone else. She said nothing and turned away. Before I knew it, I stood outside of Primrose House, watching the flow of girls disperse across the campus. Aw, girl, it's alright. Well, I'm sure we'll find her. Mai was nowhere to be seen. I couldn't even hear her chirpy voice. Oh, man. I took a deep breath, biting my lip. This wasn't a big deal. I could go to class alone. Yeah, you can do it. But I didn't even know where the building was. I reached into my backpack and dragged out my class schedule. Homeroom, 206 Poppy Hall. Which one was Poppy Hall again? Weren't the classrooms on the other side of campus? I picked a direction and began to walk, trying to ignore my rising panic at the thought of arriving late to the first day of class. It's okay, we've all been there. As a third year, where no one knew me, all of the people staring.
Hey.
Hey, you okay? You look a little lost. Someone called out to me, and I turned around, almost jumping for joy. Oh, my goodness, it's John. And Jacques. Aw, he looks so cute with his little jacket. Aw. When I froze, a Normal Boots jacket. He was part of the Normal Boots Club. I could practically feel my tongue swelling in my mouth. If this was a Normal Boots Club member, I had to make a good impression. Girl, it's fine. It's John. John's a nice dude. He was one of the founders, right? Then he must be JonTron. Yes. I'm new. I don't know where Poppy Hall is. You a freshman? No problem. My class is in Poppy Hall. I'll walk you there. By the way, I'm not imitating any of the boys' voices in case you've just joined us. There's no way. Also, these guys are my friends, and I don't want to insult them any more than I already am.
Really?
Really? That would be wonderful. Thank you. Was this really happening? He began walking towards a large brick building in an enthusiastic manner, pumping his arms up and down like he was in some kind of show tune. I fell into step behind him. I didn't notice it when Mai pointed him out to me yesterday, but JonTron had big brown eyes and a warm-looking face. He does, doesn't he? John's a cutie. He's basically a human puppy. Well, I don't know if I would go that far. Ooh, sounds a little condescending, actually. I glanced up at him out of the corner of my eye. Ah! A bird! What, you didn't see that before? Girl, you need to look around. Birds always made me uncomfortable. Something about the ease which they could poke out of someone's eyes. What? Jacques would never do that. He would only get lasers in his eyes. It's not the same thing. Something wrong? Why'd you stop? No, nothing's wrong. He followed my gaze to the bird on his shoulder.
Hey.
Oh, this is Jacques. Isn't he cute? Yeah, he is. Look at him. No, don't worry about that. That red eye thing, that's completely normal. That's what he looks like. Nice to meet you. He's got that robotic voice, but I can't do that myself, can I? It spoke? Yeah. He put his hand to his shoulder. Jacques jumped into his palm. Jacques is a robot bird, see? Hello. Jacques' eyes gleamed a dangerous red when he spoke, but nothing else suggested he wasn't a normal bird. In fact, if I had known better, I would have said the red in his eyes was painted on. What? That's amazing. Jacques twisted his head to the side, examining me in return. The more he looked at me, the less afraid I was. What are you looking at?
What?
What? Nothing, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Jacques can be a little sassy. Who are you calling sassy? I'm not the sassy one. I don't forget to feed you. Jacques, that was one time. I was alone and starving in the frozen tundra of this empty world. Loveless. Afraid. Oh no! How could you do this to him? Oh, ignore him. I've been bringing him with me to the drama club and he's taken a little too well to it. I see how this is. Shut me out like I have nothing to add to the conversation. Jacques retook his place on John's shoulder, this time facing away from us as it miffed. We resumed our walk towards Poppy Hall. I'm JonTron, by the way. Call me John. Hannah, nice to meet you. Hannah, that's a cute name. What? Thank you. So, how long have you had Jacques? Since middle school. We've been together for 4 years now, ain't that right? I'm not listening. Yeah, well, I love him to death. I don't know what I'd do without him. It seemed like life would be a lot easier without him, but who was I to say? What? No, we need Jacques in our life, don't we? We arrived at the brick building. A white sign surrounded by poppies declared it to be, unsurprisingly, Poppy Hall. Which room are you in? Room 206.
Really?
Seriously? Yes? That's my homeroom. We're in the same class. Oh my god, that laugh! It's John's signature laugh. John laughed and claps me on the shoulder. Wonderful. I guess I'll be seeing more of you then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Together we entered Poppy Hall. Poppy Hall was lined with fluorescent lights and Asagao blue lockers. The lack of students milling around in the hallway indicated we were a bit late. We ran up the stairs and made it into the classroom just as the bell rang. My heart caught in my throat. Thankfully, the teacher hadn't come yet. Instead, students clumped into tight pods and milled around the classroom, catching up on vacation news.
John.
Thank you so much for showing me to class, John.
See you later.
No problem. I'll see you around. He waved and disappeared into the wriggling mass of students. I glanced around the room, looking for an empty seat.
Anna.
Oh no, here she is! Mai peeled herself out from between a cuddling couple. What? Ew. Was that JonTron? Were you just talking to JonTron? Yeah. Mai's eyes widened and I couldn't help feeling a little smug. I realized I didn't know the way to class after you and I got separated, and he offered to walk me. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. JonTron walked you to class? Oh my gosh, you have to tell me everything. She grabbed me by the wrist and pulled me to an empty desk in the back corner of the room, right next to the window. I saved you a seat. I slid in and took off my backpack, hooking it on the side of my desk. I was a little bit worried the books inside were too heavy for the bag to handle, but so far it held up well. Sorry we got separated, by the way. It can get a little chaotic sometimes. So tell me, what happened? What did he say? What did he smell like? Does he have peach fuzz? Is it rough? Oh my fucking god, what is going on with you woman? I didn't even touch him. Ew. We just met. Wait, what? These are very important questions I am asking. You need to answer them. Was his hair super silky or did it have the roughness of a dog's coat? Before I could answer, the door to the front of the room slid open and a tall woman strolled in. The class went quiet and obediently slid into their seats. My heart beat furiously, blood rushing through my ears. What girl? It's just your homeroom teacher. Oh my goodness. Girl? Ooh, hat for teacher. Good morning, class. The teacher's melodious voice swam through the room, calming the buzzing high of students back from break. My shoulders relaxed and my fear ebbed away. I'm your teacher, Shizuka Wakashiya. Whoa, Wakahisa. Excuse me, butchered that one. You may call me Miss Shizuka. The emphasis she placed on the word led me to believe calling her Mrs. was a mistake she wouldn't take lightly. Some of you might have noticed that we have a new student this semester. A hail of murmurs passed through the class. Some people glanced at me. Nope, there was the fear again. Would you like to come up and introduce yourself? Uh-oh. Oh, this is the worst, isn't it? Whenever you're in any group setting and you're new, this is the worst thing that could possibly happen to anyone. I nodded, stood, and slowly walked to the front of the room, counting my steps to make sure I wouldn't fall. I faced the class, took a deep breath to introduce myself, and noticed a familiar face in the crowd. Oh, look at that. Look who that is. Look. It's PBG and Shane. One of the boys, the tallest one, was staring at me, the barest of frowns on his face. Oh, is that PBG? Is that Austin? Girl, why are you frowning? Something about him seemed really familiar. Wait. He was PBG, wasn't he? The other founder of the Normal Bits Club? Yeah, girl, that's him. Suddenly, all the strength left my knees. What should I do? Why was he frowning? Was it possible that I already made a bad impression on him? Girl, you're fine. Just take a breath. You had to be kidding me. If he didn't like me, what did that mean about everyone else? Wouldn't they follow his lead? I swallowed. The faces of the class began to congeal, forming one giant blob. You moved from Amaririsu, right? I nodded and swallowed again. Then, like a beacon of light, I noticed Mai smiling and giving me a thumbs up. Aw, she's a good girl, that. That's right. What would Mai do in this situation? No. She would probably talk about how people smell and their hair texture. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yes.
I just moved here. My name is Hana Mizuno. I transferred from Ameririsu Public High School.
Okay, so when they're actually talking, I'm not going to talk. But the problem is I never know when they're going to.
I'm
Sorry.
really excited to be here. I hope you'll all take good care of me from now on.
I think we need to turn up the voices a little bit more, too. We'll do that in the next one. I bowed my head to the class and they clapped politely. When I looked up, PBG wasn't frowning, but he still seemed oddly confused. Girl, what's wrong with you? Maybe he always looked like that. That's a possibility. Some people have crazy resting bitch face. Austin might be one of those people. Thank you. You may be seated. I returned to my seat, heaving a small sigh. The hardest part of the day was over. Shizuka began to talk about standard procedure for the semester, the rules for classes, when homework was due, and that sort of thing. It was all very similar to my old school, and I spaced out in spite of myself. A brief flicker of movement caught my eye. PBG again. I glanced at him and his head snapped back to the blackboard. Girl, you got a crush or something? I mean, I could pick you right now. I don't mind. What was his problem? Maybe I need to find out what his problem is. Jeez. Class continued on like that until finally the bell rang and it was time for lunch. Maya stretched her arms over her head and yawned. Man, I hate the first day of class. It's always so boring. Weren't you looking forward to it this morning? Something about exciting things happening. Well, yeah, but it already did. You met Jontron, didn't you? Now I've got nothing left to look forward to. She sighed. And I was hoping to see Jared before class, too. Well, we obviously can't go for Jared, because she is completely involved. I can't do that to her. She slouched and fell across the front of my desk. It seemed like this would be happening a lot. Is Jared really that hot? What, girl? Yeah, he is. Haven't you seen him? Uh-oh. Maya's head snapped back up, her eyes flashing. What did you say? If you stare directly at him for too long, your nose will melt off. I've seen it happen.
What?
What? Anyway, let's head to lunch. I'm super hungry. Oh. I looked at my backpack. It held up well throughout class, but I worried that if I didn't take some of my stuff out now, I might do permanent damage to it. I couldn't exactly afford a new backpack. I need to put something in my locker first.
Oh, no.
But if we don't go now, they'll run out of sesame seed buns. Oh my god, those things are so good too. Girl, I am with you. Oh. That's okay. I'll just go on ahead. Come find me, okay? Alright. I was so lucky to have someone like her as my roommate. Quick as I could, I went to my locker and emptied out some of the textbooks I didn't need. I smiled to myself. My introduction went well. Good thing Maya was there to give me that little boost of confidence, especially with PBG staring at me like that. Maybe I could ask her what was up with him when I meet her at the cafeteria? It might just be the way that he was. Cheered, I head for the cafeteria. Oh no, she's gonna run into someone, isn't she? Oh no, we made it. I carried my melon bread through the minefield of people, searching for the now familiar sight of Maya's red hair. Oh my god, melon pan is so good. I'm getting hungry too. Where is she? I couldn't see her anywhere, and there were almost no empty seats. All around me, students circled each other, laughing and joking, sharing bites of food, and splitting the cost for sodas. Suddenly, I felt very obvious and very alone. Isn't there anywhere I can sit? Just then, I spotted a table at the front of the room. A lone boy sat at it, stabbing his spaghetti with the vigor of a Roman general. He was having a hard time with it. Is that Ian? I moved closer to him, working up the courage to ask to sit with him. Well, no wonder. He was eating his spaghetti with a spoon. Girl. Wait a second. This guy was in my class, wasn't he? I saw him that morning at the front of the room. Oh, wait, no, that's not Ian. What the fuck am I talking about? Girl, please. I don't even know my own friends. And he was wearing a jacket just like the Normal Boots Club, but different. A golden gray jacket with an 8-bit block on the front. Was he a member of another club? Or maybe he was friends with them?
Hey,
Hey, what?
Hana.
Oh, there you are. A girl? Don't interrupt me. I'm trying to figure out who this is. It looks like Ian to me. I don't know. But I'm used to seeing him with a beard, so maybe it's not him. Mai appeared between me and the boy, who glanced up at us before returning to his spaghetti. Thank goodness I found you. I saved a table for you in the back. Oh. I looked at the boy and then back at Mai. Come on. She grabbed my shoulder rather forcefully and pushed me to the back of the room. Hey, what's wrong?
Well,
You are so lucky I got here when I did. That kid is brutal moose. Oh, I knew it. Ian, I knew it was you. I'm just used to seeing you so scruffy. His real name's Ian. He's from the Hidden Block Club. The Hidden Block Club? Yeah, the rival club of normal boots. He's really weird. I mean... Oh, come on. He's not that bad. Oh, poor Ian. She looked around here to make sure no one was listening, but we were completely alone in our little corner of the cafeteria. He speaks in Comic Sans. Oh, God. It's Undertale all over again. Whoa. Yeah, it'd be better to stay away from him, especially since you've already gotten to know some of the normal boots guys. What are you talking about? I only just met John today.
uh-huh.
Haha, yeah, right. I saw the way PBG was staring at you. He totally likes you.
Really?
What? He doesn't even know me. Is that what you thought it was? Either Mai was blind or she had a serious case of wishful thinking. Well, to be fair, I think she kind of does. Oh, totally. It was so cute. Just like my favorite manga. You meet in high school, fall in love, and then go off and fight aliens together. I don't think that's gonna happen. Have some faith in yourself. That's totally what's happening. So, now that you're in good with PBG, can you introduce me to Jared? Oh, was that what she was getting at? A hot flash of doubt seized me. Was it possible that Mai only liked me because she thought I knew the normal boots guys? No, she's okay. That couldn't be the case, though. She was so nice. Still, looking at her shining eyes and eager face, I couldn't talk myself out of the idea. I actually thought PBG didn't like me.
What?
What? Why would you think that?
Well,
He was glaring at me. Oh man, you just don't understand. It's a love triangle. A love triangle. Wait, a triangle now? I can see it. Stars practically erupted from her eye. Oh my god, just like Steven Universe. PBG, I can't. But Hannah, I love you. But
PG.
my maidenhood. What? What is this? Where are you going with this? I slammed my fork onto the table. Mai looked pleased with herself. Girl, what are you starting? Okay, I'm just kidding. You are really cute when you blush. You almost match your hair. That's not fair at all. I beg to differ. Still, I searched my mind, eager to change the subject. That was an impressive scenario.
What?
What? No, it wasn't. I just made it up on the spot. Mai laughed nervously. Oh, so that girl who was talking to me when we got separated. Mai told the story of her past friendship with this girl like they were eternal arch nemesises. Nemesises? Apparently they had some bad blood. I nodded, choosing to take the time to relax. Before I knew it, we were finished eating. We got up and tossed our trays together. As I headed towards the door, though, Mai hesitated. Hey, I forgot something back at the dorm. Oh, need help? No, I'm totally okay. I'm just going to go get it. I'll see you later, though, right?
See you later.
Okay, see you in class. All right, what's going to happen now? I waved and Mai sprinted off into the direction of the dorms. Alone again, I crossed my arms and headed back to Poppy Hall. We're going to have to see what happens in the next one. Are you guys excited? Do you have a guy you'd like me to date? I think I have an idea already who I'd like to try for, but you can leave your wishes down in the comments below because I will take them into consideration. If someone really wants like one dude and you all vote for him, I might change my mind depending on who I picked. Let me hear about it down below and we'll keep going. Gosh, I can't wait to meet them all. See you later.